Hi everyone, METALCORE Fantano here. Wow, I messed that up. And it's time for a review of this new Varia record titled The Changing of Tides. This is the second record this band has released, and the single rollout has done absolute wonders for the band. When I first started listening to them, their top song was All That We Had, and it had like 12,000 streams. And then they released Nowhere I Belong, which was the first single off this album, and now it has over 100,000. I found out about Varia through their vocalist Patrick Ryan. They did a feature on one of my old horrendous songs. If you want to hear it, it's called Faceless. The music video is horrendous.
Now the devil hides in plain view.
But yeah, pretty embarrassing. And the man is such a down-to-earth and genuine guy, not to mention a phenomenal songwriter. Without further ado, let's dive into this record, shall we? Nowhere I Belong is one of the best songs on the record. I know it means a great deal to Pat, and the band perfectly executed this one. I still have it in my main playlist, and I listen to it. It comes on like at least twice or 3 times a week. So it's crazy how the song was released in 2023 and is still on the album, but it's a great opener, and I'm not complaining about it. Algorithm. Second track was a second single as well. It's a fun, catchy tune with a massive chorus and honestly pretty real lyrics. The song is super strong, but maybe a little overblown at times. I'm not really that big of a fan of the production on the intro guitars. I don't know if I mentioned that in my reaction, but like the intro guitars that are like, I know they're supposed to be really funky and stuff, but it doesn't really convey that well. It's just a production complaint. As a producer, I'm a little bit critical of production. But, I mean, on the rest of this record, the production is incredible. As a second single, this one really got me excited for the album. It's just so fun. I was expecting a really fun album, but this album actually turned out to be very real. SATURN Valley, the third track, was actually the last single the band released. And it might be one of the best songs they've ever made, honestly. The chorus has been stuck in my head ever since it released like a month ago. And the last minute or so of the song is absolutely beautiful, with some of the most melodic moments of the record. Electric Sleep, track number 4, is the first non-single, and it's a fun and ridiculously riffy banger. I swear, the guitarists are just flexing on us throughout this album. The You Can Bring Me to Life reprised throughout the track is so awesomely groovy and chunky and yet so beautifully melodic with the vocals. This song is so good. Honestly, I think this one should have been the single instead of Heaven Knows, which I'll get to later. I think this single would have been great. Obsidian was the 4th single from this album, I believe, and it has one of my favorite choruses on the album. Steve from Gone Cold absolutely crushes his verse, and the collaboration on this song was perfectly executed. And of course, Breakdown is fire as always. On to the title track, called, of course, The Changing of Tides. It's 3.5 minutes of the guitarist flexing. Not much to say other than amazing vocals, great chorus, impossible to replicate guitar work, and amazing songwriting. Very fitting for the title track as it has sections that represent what all the other songs of the album do, and I think it sums up the general sound of the album quite well. Moonlight is my favorite Varia song of all time. The lyrics really hit home for me. The chorus is absolutely incredible. The solo is amazing, and the breakdown at the end comes out of nowhere. I listen to this like every day still. This song is so good, dude. I think I did a vocal cover of it event. I think I did. I probably sucked anyway, don't watch it. Heaven Knows. It's a solid track. It might be my least favorite of the singles, which is why I said Electric Sleep would probably have been a better single. I don't know, there's no denying that the breakdown absolutely blows everything else out of the water. The chorus is of course great, as always, but the breakdown absolutely steals the show. I don't know, there's a lot of really good songwriting in this, but this feels like more of an album track than a single. I don't know why, but yeah, that's pretty much all my thoughts on Heaven Knows. It's still a good song. Lunar Tides was a very pleasant surprise. Pat tried a lot of different scream styles with brutal lows and almost yelly highs in the start, the first verse at least. And some of the harmony layers on the singing are so incredibly high. The second half of the chorus where the instruments cut out is also a really good choice, and it does hit. Also, how could I not mention the breakdown right after the first chorus? Alien noises and brutal gutturals galore. One of the most brutal moments of the album. Actually, what I really liked in Lunar Tides was that this breakdown that was the only breakdown in the song. There's actually a really nice bridge that leads into the last chorus that I thought was very unpredictable, honestly. It was really nice to see. Where the Cold Wind Blows sort of follows the same formula as Nowhere I Belong, but it's arguably heavier. There's so many really cool guitar accents and edits that enrich this song so much. Also, Pat, can you leave some high notes for the rest of us? Because that chorus has some crazy high melodies. Alright? Alright. What I'll Never Know is the last track on the album, and it's kind of a chill send-off track with still some really cool energy. The almost like drowned out screams or yells in the second verse really convey some serious emotion. And of course, there's an honestly really catchy riffy breakdown. Pat ends the song with some impressive runs, and the album ends with a soft fade out on the guitar reverb. Honestly, this album is fire. There were some moments that I didn't really think were all that outstanding. For example, some melodies sound the same throughout the songs, but all in all, that's an easy thing to overlook, as every single song has at least two things that make it stand out. Each track feels like it's individual thing, and I can really remember every single song on this album due to an outstanding moment. Like, for example, that breakdown in Lunar Tides, or chorus on Obsidian, for example. And of course, the entirety of Moonlight. That song is like one of the best songs that ever came out last year. I'd say this is an absolute step up in every way, shape, and form from their 2022 debut, Awakened by the Setting Sun, I think it was called. Even though that album still holds up with songs like I Feel It. I Feel It sounds like a song that could be on this album. Am I crazy? I'm feeling a solid 8 to a light 9 on this album. Transition. Did you listen to this album? What would you rate it? You're the best, you're the best. There we go. I did it right this time. Also, let me know in the comments if you're enjoying my album review content. I'm thinking of continuing the Fantano rip-off style of videos. Also, don't tell anyone, but my band Parabola is probably going to drop a new single soon, so be on the lookout for that. Okay, bye.